無限大の地図広げ果てしないピアノ場所へ Let's sing on 高く頬を上げて風に乗れ
What's going on, guys? Welcome to another video. Today is another week at Locals, and today I decided to play a deck that not a lot of people saw coming. It is Sakazuki P-076. It is the promo version of a former terror on the meta, so not quite what he once was, but he is still, regardless, a bunch of fun. And again, not something you see so often. I do want to go ahead and start off by saying I am going to put my series Leader Locked with Magellan on hold for a little bit. I do have LCQ and the Bandai Card Games Fest right around the corner in the next couple of months, so I do want to try and get prepared for that. And next weekend we are having a Devil Fruit Collection Volume 2 tournament for Ace's Fruit. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm probably going to end up playing Perona, but it is what it is. Here, we are deciding to go for the die roll after I cut his deck. Of course, with me, I always decide to go high roll. I believe here I roll an 8, and here he rolls a 6. So most of these matches, I end up choosing to go second. It's very, very rare I choose to go first. Really just kind of dependent on my hand. One thing I do want to note is playing this, I did not see, so I did see one Moria in all 4 of my games, but not a single Moria was played. So I do believe I do decide to stay with this hand. Oh, looks like we get it to Shigi. Okay. I don't remember a lot of what it is I did in these matches, so being able to kind of just look back and, you know, see some different perspective is always good, no matter the situation. But I do want to go ahead and say that this deck is a lot of fun. I did take this list from the Discord. I will link it below. I believe it was the Iceberg Discord is what it started out as, and then it turned into a giant mesh of different decks and things of that nature. So be sure to stay tuned for the link to that. Alright, so getting things started here. He goes first. Oh, excuse me. He ends up deciding to go first. I do believe he passes here, so I go onto my turn. Starting off, we just play Tashigi. A lot of the decks, or a lot of the games are going to start out with Tashigis. Very rare I saw a brand new, but they did come flowing in. Just kind of explain to him what the card does. As he said, he wasn't quite familiar with Sakazuki, so here we decide to go brand new, just to kind of dig further into the deck, trying to get the puzzle pieces together here. Again, I did not see a single Moria in this entire game. Come to find out at the end, they were all bunched together, and the following games, again, you'll see that I have no Morias. So off of this, I do think we take the Borsalino. After playing another Tashigi. I'm almost positive I take the Borsalino. I only play 2 in the deck, so... Oh. Okay, so the only time that would happen is if I either have a Borsalino in hand, or... I think that is a Borsalino. Yeah. Okay, so we opt in to grab the Ice Age. Anyway... He swings 5 after passing. I decide to take. I do believe it is another Ice Age, so no trigger on that. You know, I want to have late game potential, so he ends up playing Bonnie and passing. I'm almost positive right off the rip I bottom deck the Bonnie. I'm almost positive I Ice Age, and then I either discard or play Ice Age, and I think she's only a 3 cost, or a 4 cost. Maybe I do Ice Age. Either way, numero uno goal right now is to get rid of the Bonnie as quickly as possible and just try and establish somewhat of a board and start swinging into life. Red Yellow Sabo is a bit tricky. It's not very often I play against this, so the matchup for me is matchup knowledge is almost non-existent. We swing 5. He counters with the Luffy, Egghead Luffy. It looks like. Okay, no. So we play the Suru, so we don't waste an Ice Age. Good. So we -2 to the Bonnie. And I'm almost positive we play... Oh, we played Brook. Okay, I see. So, we're -2 with the Suru, play Brook, pop the Bonnie, and just kind of establish an early board. I'm almost positive this Brook doesn't last very long on board. I'm not positive if I swung with it. I think this is the only game I end up playing Brook, but we... oh, okay, so these are going very fast. So I end up passing to him, he swings 5, I counter for 1. He ends up playing the Nami, yep, see, he ends up popping the Brook with the Nami. And I believe he passes back to us after that. So going into our 6th dawn turn, I believe the Nami ends up getting Ice Age. Okay, yes, yeah, so I was getting the Bonnie and the Nami confused. Here is where we Ice Age the Nami and Hound Blaze it, giving... I'm almost positive we give it to Shigi. Not 100% sure who we give it to, so I'm just kind of mathing things out. We swing for 5. He does take it. I believe this is the first swing he has taken after countering for the Luffy. So we opt for the brand new play here, just to search. Going in, looks like a Brook, Suru, and Helmeppo. We opt in for the Suru. Of course, cost 1 -2 is always going to trump a cost 2 -3. And it's a 2K. So Suru, you can never go wrong in that situation depending on what it is you have. So we play Rebecca off the remaining 4. Again, he is not familiar with this card, so he takes the time to read it. And just kind of going off of a certain situation. So, I don't know, do I trash anything here for 5? I don't think I trash anything. I don't think we opt to play it. It would have made a good pseudo blocker, you know, further protecting my life, which is honestly good. You don't need to rely on Brook too much. It just kind of gets rid of non-consequential puzzle pieces. So we pass back to him. Whew. I will go ahead and say all of the games I played this weekend were very fun. Our record for the entire weekend was 2-2. So overall, better than last weekend for the series of Leader Locked. We didn't go 0-2 and have a emergency come up. So all in all, it was a fun time. Not something I can really complain too much about. So here, I believe... Do I counter out of this? He swings 7 with the Nami. Okay. So I take it. We end up going down to 2. What does he do here? I think is this where a Zoro comes out? I think this is where a Zoro comes out. No, okay, I was wrong. Okay, so he'll swing 7. I'll end up blocking, and I do believe he uses Saba's effect to move the Nami. That's right, and he ends up giving the Zoro +2. I wasn't aware of Sabo's effect, not realizing that he gained the +2, so him being at 7 kind of put a kink in what it is I was going to do the following turn. So he passes, we draw for turn. I don't remember what it is we do. I think we just... How many Dawn am I at? So we are on our 8 Dawn turn. Got a decent board going. He is still currently in the life lead. Not something I'm too worried about as of right now. Late game is kind of where this deck shines, but of course, you know, you have the Rush Luffy, Diable Jumbo, a bunch of other cards that stop you from using a blocker, so you kind of got to play a little more strategic. I wasn't aware that he was playing Rush Luffy. Being a Sabo deck, I should have known that there was going to be a Rush Luffy. But I'm taking the time to, you know, map out the turn. I decided to swing 5 into the Zoro, again, forgetting that it was at 7, so he explains that he got the 7 off of the Sabo effect. So, again, puts a kink in our plans, so we switch things up and kind of decide a different route. I end up putting the Dawn on there so I don't forget, you know, in case I decide to play something else and swing into it, Dawn-wise. So taking a step back to kind of reassess the situation, we end up going for the Jack play. Bottom decking the Zoro was probably best case scenario here, just in case. You know, he won't be able to recur it next turn off of the Sabo effect, so being able to, you know, trash it is not so bad in certain situations. But we take it as we have it. I do believe we activate Jack's effect here. Kind of deciding what to do. I'm almost positive we activate Jack's effect. And we trash the Zoro, letting him know, basically, you know, that happens after the first part of the effect, but yes, essentially it is going to be Zoro is the one that's going to be trashed from his board. And then we just swing 6 lead. I do believe he counters for 2 with the Koala. Revolutionary Army 2K. Really good card in Bello Betty also. And overall, it could be a generic 2K. Depending on the event card you're playing for red, so good card in general. We end up passing turn. Got a decent board going here. Overall, you know, I think he goes all in. So he swings 9 into the Jack. So I counter for 1 and then 2. Yeah, so we counter for 10, so end up getting rid of the Sabo and a brand new. He will drop the Zoro, going in for a 7. We will take it. Not too much of a complaint there from me, so he ends up opting. He ends up opting to put the Zoro into life. So now he is at a very, very comfortable 5 life lead, while I sit at 1. A lot of the games this weekend were back and forth, so overall, very good turnout. There was a lot of people here that I haven't seen in, you know, past weekends. I'm trying to attend locals more, as, you know, I do love the card game, so I do need to go play more games and get better versed in certain matchups and just enjoy myself overall. So mapping out the turn, we are on our 10 Dawn turn. So we're just kind of deciding to go full face, I think, here. we attach 2 to brand new for 5. So we swing 5, 2 5k swings. He ends up activating the Nami ability. I believe he trashes 1, and he's able to KO one of the Tashigis. So moving on, there's not really much on the board. There's actually nothing on the board for me to use Jack's effect. So we swing 7 or 8. Sorry. Swing 8, he will take it. I think we just end up playing a Rebecca and a Borsalino. Yeah, so we activate Rebecca's effect to grab back the Borsalino. Not opting to play anything from the hand, as I'm trying to keep counter this late in the game. So setting myself up comfortably for the next turn. Trying to, not die. So we will pass back to the Sabo player. As things are kind of maneuvering, I was afraid there was a Rayleigh going to come down at some point. I know the red support that the archetype has gotten in general has been pretty decent as far as that card goes. I'm not too well versed in what else has dropped for red. Not a color I've played very often. I think I played it for set 1 and that was it. I think he swings 7 here. I end up blocking with the Rebecca. He will play the Zoro, swing for 7 into the brand new, let the brand new go. Not worth the stress of trying to counter out and keep it. So one less body he's got to worry about, though. Again, he will activate Sabo's effect, putting Zoro in life. Right off the bat, passes back to us. We draw. I end up going to Shigi right off the bat. I don't know what it is I took off of this. I'm pretty sure I peek at my hand, or I've done this several times throughout the video. I noticed, I'll search and I'll just check back and see what it is I got in the hand. So we go for the Helmeppo. Helmeppo's a very weird card. It's a good Gecko target, but it's not a card I've played very often playing black. When Sakazuki was terrorizing the meta, it's not a deck that I played. I had it built. I played it for shits and giggles, but I never really played it at locals because I didn't want to put anyone through that kind of stress. But at that point in time, it's locals, so put people through the ringer if you have to. But more importantly, have fun. That's what it is here for. So do be courteous and thoughtful of your opponent. So we end up mapping out the turn. I don't know if I continue to try and buy myself time. I think I do. Not knowing what it is that he could play in the next turn or two. No? Okay. I guess I don't opt to play it safe. I guess we just swing willy-nilly. I mean, I have the Tashigis, so I might as well swing with them, right? I think Tashigi is a 3K? Or a 2K? I don't remember, but it looks like I attempt to maybe try and give Tashigi 3 Dawn? I take quite a bit meandering, trying to figure out how it is I want to approach this. Again, I'm not thinking in the current moment of, currently what my opponent has in hand. I'm just trying to think of how to deal the most damage to get those cards out of his hand. Either he's going to take it or he's going to counter out. So it's a double-edged sword. If he counters out, cool. He survives. If he doesn't, take it as you get it. Take it as you get it. God, I am sloppy with these live commentaries. So we swing the Tashigi, we swing with the Sakazuki, and we swing with the Jack. I didn't think he would take all of these, now that I'm thinking about it. Anyway, We pass, we leave a Borsalino up and a 1 life left. Um, so he gets a little crazy here with how he plays the Dawn. A lot of swings. A lot of swings are coming in. I believe it's a total of 3 swings, but at the end of the game, I think, someone was standing there watching and kind of gave him a different avenue that possibly would have given him game. So he is currently thinking of what to do to get around a jack and a blocker. At this point, I don't really think he's so much concerned with the jack. I currently have the life lead, and it's only by 1. Looks like he decides to swing 6 with the Sabo. I attempt to counter, not realizing that Helmeppo was a 1K. So we counter with the T-Bone to kind of buy us an extra 2 swings. So at this point, that's realistically all he can do. I do know he plays a Zoro. I don't know what else he ends up dropping here. I think it's a Luffy. I think I mentioned earlier in the video that I had to contend with a Luffy. But I think he ends up... So here he's got 9 Dawn. So he'll end up playing the 3 for Zoro and swing 7? Yeah? I don't know. Excuse me, guys. I've tried my best not to yawn the entire time. Excuse me. Okay, so he ends up swinging 6. I block with the Borsalino, counted for 1 with the Helmeppo. Therefore, leaving me with 1 life, nothing else to really protect myself. He will play the Rush Luffy that ends up protecting from blockers. I will take it and activate Gravity Blade, which will bottom deck the Rush Luffy. And he passes on to us here. Now, in this situation, there's not much to really do. He did have a decent hand size, but at this point, if you got it, you got it. If you don't, you don't. I did have 2 other 5K swings I could have done, so regardless, I had backup swings. But, taking a look at the board and assessing the situation, I just stick all of my Dawn under Jack. It's 10K, that's 18K to leader, and he takes a moment here. I almost actually thought he was able to counter out of this, but he doesn't. He counters for 17, giving us the game win. With that being said, guys, this will be the end of the video. I will have rounds 2, 3, and 4 coming in the next couple of days, so stay tuned for that. I hope you enjoyed the video. Be sure to comment, like, subscribe, share with your friends. Adios, guys.